Coco Gauff's epic win against Jessica Pegula. Collision record-breaking prize money at Wuhan Open 2025. Wuhan, China. Under the gleaming floodlights of the Optics Valley International Tennis Center, Coco Gauff lifted her arms toward the roaring crowd. The stadium shook. The cameras flashed. And for a moment, time seemed to stand still. At just 21 years old, Coco Gauff had not only defeated her best friend and fellow American Jessica Pegula in a pulsating Wuhan Open final, she had also made history, claiming the largest prize purse in WTA 1000 history. It wasn't just a victory. It was a declaration, a reminder that the Gauff era had truly begun. The scoreboard read, Coco Gauff def. Jessica Pegula 6-4, 3-6, 6-3. 3 sets. 2 warriors won record-breaking night. Setting the stage, the Asian swing. The 2025 Asian swing had been electric. From Beijing to Tokyo, the WTA Tour had found new energy, and Coco Gauff was at the center of it all. Coming off back-to-back finals appearances, she arrived in Wuhan not just as a favorite, but as the face of the sport. Her performances had transcended tennis, balancing aggression with artistry, emotion with elegance. Wuhan was supposed to be another stop on her journey. Instead, it became a defining chapter. The tournament's prestige had grown since its inception, but this year's edition was historic. Record attendance, record sponsorship, and record prize money, a staggering $2.9 million for the champion. When Gauff stepped onto the court for the final, she wasn't just playing for the trophy. She was playing for legacy, the All-American storyline. The finals narrative couldn't have been written better if Hollywood tried. Coco Gauff versus Jessica Pegula, friends, teammates, and doubles partners. The contrast between them was poetic. Gauff, the fiery young champion with speed and swagger. Pegula, the composed veteran known for her intelligence and consistency. Together, they had carried the banner for American tennis into a new era. But for one night, friendship was set aside. Jess's family, Gauff said before the match. But on the court, I have to lock in. We both know that. Pegula responded with her trademark calm. Coco's like a sister. But when that first serve goes up, it's business. The stage was set, a duel between respect and rivalry, love and ambition. Opening salvo, Gauff's early brilliance. From the very first point, the tone was electric. Gauff served first and aced. The crowd erupted. Her movement was fluid, her energy contagious. Pegula, unflinching, returned fire with sharp ground strokes and clinical placement. The first few games were tight, both players probing, adjusting, testing. But by 3-3, Gauff began to find her rhythm. Her forehand, a cannon, started painting the lines. At 4-4, she produced her first break, a ferocious backhand passing shot that left Pegula rooted to the spot. The crowd roared as Gauff clenched her fists and shouted, "Let's go!" A few minutes later, she sealed the set 6-4 with a blistering ace down the tee. Her coach, Per Reba, nodded approvingly from the stands. He knew this was a Gauff formula. Quick starts, explosive power, and relentless pressure. But Pegula wasn't done. Pegula strikes back. In the second set, the 31-year-old veteran began to craft a masterclass in patience. She slowed the tempo, mixing slices, and started drawing Gauff into longer rallies. Her strategy was brilliant. Turn Coco's aggression against her. The rallies stretched beyond 20, sometimes 25 shots. Pegula's consistency began to frustrate Gauff, whose body language shifted from fiery to focused, then briefly to tense. At 2-2, Pegula broke serve with a stunning lob that kissed the baseline. The crowd gasped and then applauded the artistry. Gauff fought back, but Pegula's precision held. She served out the set 6-3, fist pumping quietly. The match was level at 1 set apiece, and suddenly, the final had become a war of wills. Jess adjusted really well, Gauff later admitted. She made me uncomfortable. That's what great players do. The decisive set, heart over everything. The third set was everything fans could hope for: intensity, emotion, and brilliance. The first game lasted 12 minutes, featuring 5 deuces and a dazzling display of defense from both sides. Gauff eventually held, letting out a primal scream that echoed through the Wuhan night. Pegula responded with her own service hold. Each point met with mutual respect. At 3-3 came the turning point. A 22-shot rally ended with Gauff sprinting to the net, slicing a delicate drop shot, and celebrating as Pegula's desperate reach fell just short. That single moment broke Pegula's resistance and ignited Gauff's confidence. She broke in the very next game, hitting back-to-back winners that defied geometry. Now 5-3 up, Gauff stepped to the baseline to serve for the championship. The crowd fell silent. First serve, ace. Second point, forehand winner. Third, unreturned serve. 40-0. On championship point, Pegula's return floated long. Game, set, match, Coco Gauff. The stadium erupted. Gauff dropped to her knees, tears streaming down her face. Pegula smiled through her own emotions, walking over to hug her friend. History and humanity on display. The embrace between Gauff and Pegula wasn't just sportsmanship, it was symbolism. They had trained together, traveled together, and cheered for each other through every high and low. To face each other on such a stage, with millions watching worldwide, was both painful and poetic. It hurts to lose, Pegula said post-match, but I'm proud of her. She's pushing the game forward, and that's what matters. Gauff's eyes glistened as she held her trophy, the golden reflection illuminating her tears. Jess has been my mentor, my friend, my role model. This win is as much hers as it is mine. Those words resonated deeply. In an era where rivalries often turn personal, their mutual respect reminded the world that greatness and grace can coexist. Breaking records and boundaries, the Wuhan Open 2025 final was historic beyond its emotional weight. The record-breaking prize pool, $2.9 million for winner, marked the richest payout in WTA 1000 history, surpassing even the 2023 Madrid Open. It symbolized not only Coco's success, but also the growing global power of women's tennis in Asia. Tournament director Zhang Li explained, Wuhan has become more than a tournament. It's a celebration of excellence. Coco's win reflects what we stand for, youth, diversity, and equality. For Gauff, the financial milestone carried meaning beyond numbers. The prize money is amazing, she said, smiling. But honestly, the real prize is proving to myself that I belong here among the best. The legacy of a night in Wuhan. When the lights dimmed and the fans filed out of the Wuhan Tennis Center, one image lingered. Coco Gauff standing at center court, trophy in hand, waving to a crowd that refused to leave. In her eyes, exhaustion met fulfillment. In her smile, gratitude met destiny. She had won the title, the record prize, and the world's admiration, but most importantly, she had done it her way, with integrity, humility, and joy. As one fan shouted from the stands in English and Mandarin, Coco, you are the future. And maybe that's the truest statement of all. Because in that moment, beneath the Wuhan lights, with her golden trophy reflecting the glow of thousands of flashes, Coco Gauff didn't just win a title. She became one. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.